Welcome to Connie's Cottage, and today we're going to be making my 80s version of swamp potatoes with a new modern flavor twist. Now we're going to cut up the smoked sausage, and the recipe actually calls for 1/16 ounce, but we like extra sausage in our potatoes, so I use two 14-ounce packages, and we're going to cut these up into basically bite-sized pieces. Now, I originally received this recipe from a friend back in the 80s. So I've been making this for a long time. The thing that's different about the 80s recipe is it wasn't cooked in the crock pot and it didn't have all the seasonings, but we're going to try putting the Cajun seasoning in. I'm not going to put the Lipton onion soup mix because that just seems like a lot of sodium to me with sausage, and the butter has a lot of salt in it as well. But I'm going to put dried onions in it along with fresh onions. And we want to level the sausage out because we're going to put it in the oven for just a little bit to brown. Don't want to do that too much because it's going to brown as it's cooking too, but I just like to get that extra little browning. Next, we're going to cut up an onion, and I'm going to make it into fairly big slices so that people that don't want pieces of onion can easily avoid it. Just sprinkle it over the smoked sausage. Okay, put it over the smoked sausage. We're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. And while the sausage and the onions are browning, we're going to cut our potatoes. You can kind of tell, like the bigger ones you might want to do in thirds. And this is around 1.5 pounds, maybe towards 2 pounds of potatoes. If you don't put all that seasoning in it, the sausage seasons the potatoes and the green beans, and it's still really delicious. But we're going to try it with the Cajun seasoning. It'll be fun. And we're going to take this out. Now the onions have softened up a bit, and it's rendered a little bit of the juices out of the meat. Put a stick of butter in. Give it a stir. Start melting a little bit. I'm still terrified of the pan breaking on me, even after all these years. If you've been with me since the beginning, you know what I'm talking about. It's the reason why I have the cookie sheet underneath it. Let's see how many potatoes we end up using out of this. The new recipe for the swamp potatoes calls for a whole tablespoon of the Creole or Cajun seasoning, so we're going to put that in. Okay, a half teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. Just sprinkle it all around. Like magic fairy dust, as my granddaughter would say. And instead of the Lipton onion soup mix, which I think would be way too salty, we're just going to put some of the dried onions. Okay, the 1 can of green beans, we're going to leave all the juice in. Cover it with foil. Now we're going to make some cornbread, and we're going to take our help where we can get it from today. We're going to use the Jiffy Mix, and we're going to use 2 of them. And I have a 1/4 cup of melted butter for 2 of the corn muffin mixes. We're going to dump those in. Get the other one. Sorry, Kay. So we're going to add 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of milk, and then we're going to whisk this together. And it's okay if there's lumps in this. We're going to put a little oil in the bottom of the pan. Smooth it out till it's as even as you can get it. And then we're going to cook it on 375 for 20 minutes. Let's see if our potatoes are done. They feel pretty much done. Give everything a stir. Smells really delicious. I'm going to put them back in the oven for about another 10 minutes with the foil off so they can thicken up a little bit. We'll take a probably around a tablespoon of butter or so, put it over the top, and it will keep it nice and moist, it won't dry out. Leave that there. Oh, they're done. Let's give it a try. The seasoning is really good. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you'll give it a try. It was delicious.